by Meta. So let's put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Nick Clegg. Welcome.
Well, thank you for subjecting me immediately to this excellent inquisition of Meta's tools and products, and I will come to that in a minute. But I first want to convey my great sense of honour to be with you, Mr. President, Your Excellency, and your distinguished team. I should also pay tribute, Mr. President, to your remorseless representation on behalf of the creators and of the digital economy of Kenya. You and I have met now in person, but previously online on a number of occasions, and every single time, Mr. President, you have quite rightly said, on behalf of your nation, and on behalf of so many of the ingenious, humorous, creative online creators here and throughout the country, you have been pressing me and pressing Meta to ensure that all of that creativity, whether it's the jokes, whether it's the visual content, the audio content, the dizzying array of creative content that is produced here in Kenya by online creators, that they should also be able to use online tools in our products to turn that into material benefit. And you have been consistent and outspoken in doing so. It is, of course, the case that creators can already indirectly monetize, if you like, the brand that they build up on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. But your point that you've been making to me, quite rightly, on a number of occasions, is there also needs to be direct in-product monetization. And I'm delighted to be able to confirm that that will now be available in Kenya to all creators here, and will be rolled out very soon in the weeks to come, certainly no later than early summer. And to the question of what tools, well, there'll be in-stream ads on Facebook, ads in Reels, so you can have ads on either side of your Reels. In Instagram, they can be Instagram gifts, stars, the whole suite of monetization tools which are used by creators the world over. And I very much hope that they will be used by creators that are here. I very much hope they will be used by creators across the country. The virtues and the qualities that make the creator community here so vibrant, humor, the English language, diversity, creativity, inspiration, is really something that we want to see play out on our apps and on our platforms. But we, of course, also want to make sure that you can make a good living out of it, both pre and post tax, since you raised it online. So I really wanted to thank you again, Mr. President, for pushing us so effectively to this point. I really look forward to seeing the way that these monetization tools will be used. I have my team available here, Moon in particular, who's able to provide very specific answers to some of your more specific and technical questions. And with that, I just really want to reiterate on my behalf, on behalf of everybody at Meta and of my team here, our heartfelt thanks. Thank you.
All right, so monetization is a big part of this whole conversation. So I don't know if there's anything that the technical person would like to just, mention on that. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Your Excellency, the President, and distinguished guests. My name is Moon Baz. I head Global Partnership for Africa, Middle East, and Turkey. And as Nick announced, we're very happy to announce that we're going to have in-stream ads available on Facebook starting early summer maximum. What in-stream ads means is there are image ads and video ads that will be served before, during, or after any of your videos. And it's a way for you guys to monetize and generate revenue through Facebook. We're also launching other revenue channels across both Facebook and Instagram, and these includes Facebook Stars, Instagram Subs, Instagram Gifts as well. Any specific questions you want me to address?
People who have questions?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Shall we talk about eligibility? Yeah. So Kenya will become an eligible country in a couple of weeks. This means any creator that passes the eligibility criteria will be able to monetize by their own. And to talk about eligibility criteria in more details and in more technical terms, we're talking about creators that have more than 5,000 followers, creators that are more than 18 years of age plus, creators that have more than 5 active videos on their Facebook page, and that have collected 60,000 minute views in the last 60 days. And this is for videos, direct VOD videos, and live videos as well. Of course, it's very important to pass our eligibility criteria in terms of monetization policies and community standards. These are policies and rules that refer to authentic behavior, safety, intellectual property, and these are all available on www.facebook.com. And I'm going to call my colleague Faris in here to discuss a bit more.
Good morning, Your Excellency, distinguished guests. My name is Faris Akkad. I look after the commercial business for Meta for Middle East and Africa. Just a couple of things I wanted to add. One is that monetization will be available in English and Swahili, which is I think, to broaden the base of creators. And the mention of M-Pesa, previous to this role, I used to manage the partnership team for international markets, and we actually use Kenya regularly as a global case study of mobile payments. And when asked for kind of a good example of a product market fit, Kenya tends to be one of the top markets globally in which we think that the availability of mobile payments can be quite pervasive across every aspect of society. So the hope is to hopefully export this example more broadly. And I know that the mobile payments team is quite committed to integrate this even for our ads business. Because we see this as a very strategic market. Kenya today is the hub for most of the agencies throughout Africa, and I think the availability of mobile payments here would be a huge advantage. Any questions on the commercial business, any questions on this, I'm happy to address as well.
All right, we have a question here. Let me just get the mic to you.
Oops. Hello, I'm Sarah Katusia. I run a digital business. I think Butita mentioned the capability building. Do you have a structured way in which you're going to roll it out? Because as we say, you have to actually meet a certain criteria to make money. How do we train creators to be able to meet that criteria?
Yeah. To answer your question on this, we are definitely very committed to Kenyan creators, and we are more than happy to arm them with best practices on monetization. We'll be doing some virtual workshops to be able to support you. Transparency is very important for us. Everything is available on www.facebook.com. As soon as Kenya will become an eligible country, any creator that fits the eligibility criteria will get notified on the spot in-app and will be able to set up his financial account and start monetizing. Yeah.
We have another question from Kangaroo Girls. Lucy?
Are schools as an institution eligible?
Yes.
Yes. Any account can select to be a creator account, and as soon as they are eligible and they have enough content on the platform, they can start monetizing. Over 18, definitely.
But even in some cases, institutions like cultural institutions, museums, can also be huge content creators. Obviously, many of the content that comes out of here has global appeal, so that would be also a great way to export some of the content.
All right, two more questions. I have one.
Good morning, Your Excellency, and everyone present here. My name is Kevin Sabuni. I represent news agency. What we want to know is, are you going to establish an office in Kenya and in Nairobi? Because previously we have had challenges reaching you directly.
Perhaps you can take both questions, then we just have them answered. So an office in Kenya is another question here. Introduce yourself, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jemule Mse. I'm a content creator. My question is whether we'll have Facebook subscription so that we can be able to serve people series and they can subscribe for them. And also, secondly, what will be the revenue share for the monetization metrics? Thank you.
I'm always, good afternoon, all protocols observed. My name is Kojo Buachi. I'm the Vice President of Public Policy for Africa, the Middle East and Turkey. I'm always impressed by people who say they have one question but actually take the opportunity to ask two. So I might ask Moon to help me with some of those monetization questions. On the question of the office, it's not an unusual question for us. Indeed, in my 3 meetings with His Excellency, he's put tremendous pressure on us to open an office here. We are very clear, though, that the company has gone through a lot of change over the last 18 to 24 months. And in many cases, we've actually closed offices. That doesn't mean that our commitment to the continent has changed in any way. We still have staff working out of here and a number of colleagues who often come into the country and the region to work out of Kenya as well. But it's unlikely that in the near future we will open an office. We've already had very early discussions, however, about our continued investment in infrastructure in Kenya and in the rest of the region, as His Excellency continues to press us on. It's not just about Kenya, but the whole region. So we'll continue to invest in kind of infrastructure like the 2 Africa submarine cable, which we hope will give you even better internet, better and more affordable internet access over the years to come, as well as other major infrastructure projects. Moon, would you like to answer to monetization?
So to answer your question on monetization, in-stream ads, usually the revenue share is 45% for Meta, 55% for the creator. When it comes to Facebook stars, this would be an in-app purchase that consumers or users do. It depends on the package that they get, and they usually would gift stars to the creators. Roughly speaking, we do take around 20%, not more.
All right, allow me to now welcome the CS for ICT, Eliud Owalo, to give brief remarks, then invite His Excellency the President.
Maybe you'll allow me, Your Excellency, before I give the brief remarks, I would once more request Mr. Nick Clegg to come back just to give an overall summation of responses based on the emerging issues and perhaps just articulate the opportunities for partnership that Kenya has with the Meta Group, more so with respect to the opportunities within the creative economy. Please, Mr. Clegg, just come back.
Well, thank you for letting me take the microphone a second time. I think the thing to bear in mind is that technology doesn't stand still. The internet is not a static thing. We are on the cusp of a complete transformation in the way in which we will interact with each other and access the online world as these new generative AI tools become much, much more prevalent in our everyday lives. And we are very keen at Meta to work in partnership with this great country, and of course others around the world, as we navigate those huge changes. And that involves understanding what the new infrastructure needs are. There is going to be an explosion, for instance, in the construction of AI data centers and AI infrastructure required to build the underlying foundation models that drive artificial intelligence now into the future. We will need to invest in people so that people can understand how to use new generative AI tools. We are very proud at Meta that we are the leading proponent in the world of open sourcing AI technology. We are and the President and myself, we discussed this. We firmly believe that it is simply not sustainable or acceptable to envisage a world in which only a very small number of very wealthy West Coast American companies will be able to develop this technology and then charge a fee or a subscription to everybody else around the world to access it. We have long believed in open sourcing AI technology. We've open sourced over 1,000 AI databases and models over the last decade, and we want to continue to do so. And what that means is that you, creators, entrepreneurs, people coming up with great new ideas about how to use generative AI to build new businesses, you will be able to access our underlying foundation models for free. We will be spending billions of that. Billions of our own dollars building that infrastructure now, but we want to make sure that it is available to everybody around the world for free and repurposed as it can be in multiple languages as well. So whether it's human capital and digital literacy and digital training, we will continue to lean into that. Whether it is facing these major infrastructure challenges around the world, or whether it is sharing the fruits of the immense creative and productive benefits that will be brought about by this generative AI revolution that we're going through at the moment, we very much want to continue to work in partnership with the government here, with all of you, with entrepreneurs, with educators, with creators, as we forge a way ahead in the future. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the discussions that we have had this morning just goes to amplify the enormous opportunities that our youth have within the creative economy space. And this is very much in tandem, Your Excellency, with your bottom-up economic transformation agenda, more specifically the last thematic area in which the digital superhighway and the creative economy are Siamese twins. As a ministry, Your Excellency, based on instructions and guidance we have received from you, we will sustain our digital skilling program for the youth so that they can get the requisite skills to enable them optimally exploit the potential within the creative economy. And we also want to thank you, Your Excellency, for always opening the doors for partnership between us and the private sector. With those remarks, Your Excellency, may I now have the honor and privilege to invite you to come and address the gathering. Let's be upstanding as we welcome the President.
Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Nick Clegg, our friend, on behalf of Meta and your team, welcome to Kenya. Distinguished participants this morning, I am immensely grateful that we are having this very important occasion as a step towards the realization and actualization of